Dear friends, in today's class, we are going to discuss the rest of the decision making statement or a selectional statement, that is nested if and switch. In today's class, we try to discuss some of the problem belongs to nested if and switch, and a few problems are given to you as the assignment. As usual, if you do not solve the questions, we will be giving the solution in the latter part. And let first try you to solve the questions, and having any doubts, please make the comments. I think in the yesterday class or the previous class, what we have discussed, if and if else, you understand. Just I am carrying 2 or 3 lines. If a single condition to be given, then if is to be used. If there is two part or the two statement or two part will be executed either true or false, then the if else is used. The third one is the nested if. Here nested if is a multi-way decision making statement. Why it is multi-way decision making statement? Because it can check multiple condition, means nth condition, that is more than one. And why it is known as your nested if? Few extents somebody told is that the if ladders, because nesting means one within another. If one if is present within another if is known as your nested if, and hence it is known as your multi-way decision making statement. Let first see what the syntax is. If condition true, then if block will execute. If does not mean to true, the next else part will come, because if false part is known as your else. If this condition meets to true, the else if part will execute. Like this, many if else statement will execute, can be given. If none of the above conditions satisfy, the last part will execute is only else. Again I am repeating. If condition satisfy, its block will execute. If it does not satisfy, its false part, else part will come. If this condition satisfy, this block will execute. Like this, it will go to the nth condition. If none of the above if else conditions satisfy, the last part will execute, that is known as your else. As it check multiple conditions and one if is present within another if, it is known as your nested if. You see this flow chart. First we start. If condition meets to true, then the statement will execute and it will come to out of the program. If does not satisfy, no means false, the second condition take. If it is true, the this part will execute and the program comes to end. After execution, if no condition satisfy, the last part will execute, that is known as your else. If you want to solve a problem related to this, suppose we want to solve a problem the day of a week, and the option will be enter within 1 to 7, means if 1 it is Sunday, if 2 it is Tuesday, if 7 it is Saturday. If anything beyond of this range is invalid. We have taken an integer variable x. A message is given to the user, enter choice, but it is optional. In scanf we have to input the value, as we know. Suppose in x we enter 1. Now check. 1 equal to 1, yes, Sunday. Means the rest of the else if part never execute, and most of the last else part will out of the else will come, and the output will be the Sunday. If we enter x is 11, 11 is equal to 1, no. 11 is equal to 2, no. 11 is equal to 3, no. 11 is equal to 4, no. 11 is equal to 5, no. 11 is equal to 6, no. 11 is equal to 7, no. Means the invalid will be the output. Means if thousand of if else condition, one part will execute. If no if will satisfy, the else part will execute. If you want to run this program, move to online compiler. Just as I have already there, hence I will copy. Hence I have not to write it again and again. Just I am copying this code. You have to write and make some changes over there. We are taking this as copy. If you have previously written, or you write there, you move to your online compiler, paste it there, and as you know, in online compiler there is no clear skin is needed. I want to run this program. Here asking enter a choice. Suppose I want enter 1, the result is Sunday. If I enter 11, the result is invalid. If I enter 2, the result is Monday, and accordingly the rest of the code can be written. Again we move to next, that is the switch. Switch is also known as multi-way decision making statement, as it checks multiple conditions like nested if, but the syntax is different. Means in switch a value is passed, this value will check with a number of cases. If this value will satisfy, this block will execute. If not satisfy, next case will come. If this value will satisfy, this block will execute. If none of the case will satisfy, the last value will execute or last part will execute, that is default. Again I am repeating, in the switch a value is passed, that value is check with number of case, which case satisfy, that block will execute. If none of the above case satisfy, like if the last part is else, like in the switch the last part is default. It means if no case will satisfy, the last part will execute, that is default. Hence it is known as your multi-way decision making statement. And again remember, within the case there is a break statement to will execute, which is a jumping statement we will be discussing in the jumping statement part. If no break is used, the limitation of switch is which case will satisfy, the below and all the statement will execute. Means if within this case satisfy and some block of statement execute, if there is no break, remaining case will execute either condition satisfy or not. Hence when the case value satisfy, the block of statement will execute and a break will be used to come out of the switch. Where the break can be used? Within a block. In which statement there is block? In if else, in switch, in loop there is a block. If you want to move the cursor or program counter outside of any block, you have to use, that is a break. And about the break we have to discuss more in the jumping statement. Now you see the flowchart. If the condition satisfy, this part will execute, break, it will come out of the program, means out of the switch. If does not satisfy, the false part will execute, means next case test. If this case satisfy, then the respective statement will execute, and break means it will come out of the switch. Like this is continue. If none of the case will satisfy, the last part will execute, that is known as your default, and hence it is known as your multi-way decision making statement. If you want to solve a program related to the switch, suppose as we know the digit ranges from 0 to 9, here we want to any digit is enter, that will be displayed in character form, means 0 it will display ZERO, 1 it will display ONE, 2 it will display TWO, just like till 9 NINE. If excluding 0 to 9 any value is given, the value is invalid or incorrect value will be displayed. So we have taken integer variable to enter a digit. We have taken x. Suppose we enter 0. Suppose in x means 0. Now check 0 is equal to 0. Yes. Printf 0 means the message will be 0 display. Break, continue to the out of the block, means out of the switch will come, and hence the result will be what? ZERO. If the value is enter as 10. Suppose the value is enter as 10. 10 is 0, no. 10 is 1, 10 is 2, no. Nothing will satisfy. The last part will execute, that is your invalid. In this way, any of the value will be given, the respective case block will execute. If there is no break is given, suppose I enter 0. If no break is used, 0, 1, 2, 3, every value will display, which will form the incorrect output. Hence, switch is also known as a multi-way decision making statement like nested if. I think all the selectional or decision making statement you understand. I want to run the last program, but I show you 0 to 9 for checking and displaying in its character form. Let move to online compiler and run this program. Let me to copy this program, otherwise I have to write there. Move to your online compiler, copy this set of code, no clear screen is required, remove the clear screen. Now let's run the program. Suppose I enter a digit that is a 0, means the result will be displayed as a 0. If I enter it is 10, the result will display as invalid. If I want to enter the digit as a 9, it will display the result as 9. In this way, we can run any program. I think today's session, which we discuss nested if and switch, is understandable by all of you, and the previous class what we discussed as if and if else, that you also understand. I think all the decision making statement if else, nested if and switch you understand, and the problem we clarified also you understand. And if you are having any comments or doubt, kindly make the comment. Those who have not subscribed, kindly subscribe the channel. If you like this session, please like it. And we have also provided some of the assignment to you, just like checking a character vowel or not, checking the number is 0 or non-zero, find the smallest of three number, calculate grade of the student, calculate bonus amount according to the salary input. You try in any of the decision making statement, you can solve it. If you are having any problem, please make the comment and ask the doubt. In the next classes, we will be giving the solution of these programs. Thank you. See you in the next class. In the next class, we have to discuss the third type of decision making statement or control structure, that is looping or iteration. Thank you.